Shiva speaks. The Father says, all souls imbibe whatever I, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father, tells you. Study while living at home with your families. You will receive a high status by studying this Raja Yoga very well. Unless you become pure, this knowledge will not sit in your intellects. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, you will claim a high status according to how much you follow I, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father, Srimad, elevated directions. If you do not study this Raja Yoga well, you will claim a low status among the subjects. Once you hear this knowledge and imbibe it, you will go to heaven, but you will claim a low status. Day by day, there will be so much upheaval that people will come to understand it is the same time for destruction. However, because they came so late, they will not be able to claim a high status. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, by following the dictates of Ravan, which is the five vices of body consciousness, lust, greed, anger, and attachment, you have become totally corrupt. Now I, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father, makes you Brahmins, the more-born creations of Prajapita Brahma souls, elevated and into the masters of heaven. Whatever you have been doing, you do that according to devilish dictates. Now, if you wish to become deities, residents of heaven, you must break your relationships with everyone else and have all relationships with me, Shiv Baba, alone. You will claim a high status in heaven according to how much you follow my Srimad, elevated directions at this time. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, in fact, Krishna did not relate the spoken Gita. Krishna was the only son of his parents. I, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father, spoke the true Gita. What will I, Shiv Baba, do with anything I take from you? Yes, I, Shiv Baba, give you methods of using it for my godly service. Therefore, follow my Srimad, elevated directions. You used to surrender everything in the name of Krishna. However, Krishna was the first prince of the golden age. He wasn't starving. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, I, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father, teaches you Brahmins, the more-born creations of Prajapita Brahma souls, Raja Yoga for the new pure world of heaven. You have to claim your inheritance from me, Shiv Baba, the unlimited Father. Those who pass their exams will claim a high status every world cycle. This is a study, a Gita study place. In fact, it should be called a God-Fatherly University because Bharat becomes heaven through this. However, not everyone understands this aspect. There is still time. As you progress further, your influence will spread. I, Shiv Baba alone, explains all of this. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. Shiva speaks. The Father says, there will be palaces of gold in heaven, whereas here never mind gold. You don't even have enough copper. They don't even make copper coins anymore. There in heaven no value is given to copper. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, there really was a fire and destruction really did took place. That definitely has to happen once again, exactly as it did 5,000 years ago. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, the deity, residence of heaven's sovereignty is being established once again. I, God Shiva, the One Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, Point of Light Father, gives you Brahmins, the more-born creations of Prajapita Brahma souls, the kingdom of heaven. It all depends on how much each of you Brahman souls studies this Raja Yoga now. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, Lakshmi and Narayan were the masters of heaven, and there was a dynasty of 8. Then in the Silver Age it was a kingdom of Rama and Sita. Then the kingdom of Maya, which is sin, began. The vicious kings began to worship them. Those who were worthy of being worshipped then became worshippers. Now there is not even any vicious kings left. The history of the new pure world will now repeat once again. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. Shiva speaks. The Father says, in the Golden Age, only Lakshmi and Narayan used to rule. Everyone loves Sri Krishna, but why do they not love Radha equally? No one knows who Lakshmi and Narayan were in their childhood. Radha and Krishna is Lakshmi and Narayan in their childhood. People think that Radha and Krishna existed in the Copper Age. Maya, which is sin, has made their intellects totally degraded. You Brahmins, the more-born creations of Prajapita Brahma souls, too had stone intellects previously. I, God Shiva, the One Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, Point of Light Father, has now made you Brahman souls' intellects divine. Only I, Shiv Baba alone, makes your intellects divine. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, Lakshmi and Narayan of the Golden Aged Heaven were the highest on high. They were the masters of the new pure world which was elevated. However, who created such an elevated world and who made them its masters? I, God Shiva, the One Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, Point of Light Father, did. No one else knows this. I, Shiv Baba, knows that these things will only fit in the intellects of those of you who claim the inheritance of heaven in the previous world cycle. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, no one can give I, God's introduction. Only I, God Shiva, the One Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, Point of Light Father, myself, can give my own introduction. I am your Father. I, Shiv Baba alone, came to establish the new pure world of heaven and inspire the old impure world to be destroyed through Shankar. I create the new pure world of heaven through Prajapita Brahma. I, Shiv Baba alone, give you my own true introduction. Whatever people tell you about me, God, is all false. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, I, God Shiva, the One Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, Point of Light Father, created the land of truth. Bharat was the land of truth. At that time there was no other lands than Bharat. Only I, Shiv Baba, the true Father, can tell you all of this. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, I, God Shiva, the one Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, point of light Father, is the Creator, and so the Mother would also be with me. Here, you Brahmins, the more-point creations of Prajapati Brahma souls, say that you have come to the Mother and the Father. There are no gurus, spiritual guides, or sages, etc. here. You Brahman souls is once again claiming your inheritance of heaven from me, Shiv Baba. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, I, God Shiva, the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, Point of Light Father, gives my own introduction as to why I am called the Supreme Soul. Because I, Shiv Baba, is the Father of all souls. All of these matters have to be understood. This is not a question of blind faith. Whatever people say about me, God the Father, it is false. Only I, God Shiva, is the truth. But what all human beings say about me, God, is false. This is why I, Shiv Baba, is called the truth. I, Shiv Baba, is the one who established the land of truth. Gateway to Heaven, the 21st of March 2022.